Most retirement advice quietly assumes you will have more money than you probably will. $1 million nest egg, a paid-off home in the right market, and zero surprises. But here is the truth nobody likes to say out loud. Millions of Americans will retire on about $3,000 a month, not $6,000, not $10,000. 3. So today we are not talking about dream states. We are answering one honest question. Where can you actually retire on $3,000 a month without panic, without roommates, and without constant financial stress? Real numbers, real trade-offs, no fantasy. This is part 6, the final episode in our retirement state series. We ranked states overall, we covered fixed income, we found hidden gems, we broke it down for couples and for singles, and now we land the plane, because none of that matters if the math does not work. So let us break down what a $3,000 a month retirement actually looks like in 2026, and where it is still realistic. What $3,000 a month really means? $3,000 a month is $36,000 a year. That has to cover housing, utilities, food, healthcare, transportation, insurance, and a life that does not feel like survival. And here is the hard rule most people learn too late. You cannot budget your way out of high housing costs. No amount of coupon clipping or meal prepping overcomes a $1,400 rent payment when your entire income is $3,000. So the states that actually work at this budget all do the same thing. They remove pressure from housing first and healthcare second. If those two are controlled, the rest becomes manageable. That is not a theory. That is the pattern in every state on this list. State number 5, Kentucky. Kentucky quietly makes the math work, and most people overlook it completely. Here is why. Home prices in many livable areas are still under $200,000. The overall cost of living sits well below the national average. Social Security income is completely exempt from state tax, and the first $31,000 of other retirement income is also tax-free. That is a significant advantage at this budget level. Now here is how the monthly math breaks down. Housing, roughly $1,027. Utilities and internet, around $250. Food, approximately $450. Healthcare costs, about $350. Transportation and insurance, around $300. And a small buffer of $250. That puts you between $2,800 and $3,000 a month. The reality check. You will drive more. And cultural fit varies significantly depending on the town you choose. But if you want calm, affordable, and predictable, Kentucky delivers. State number 4, Mississippi. Mississippi is not trendy, and that is exactly why it works. This state has some of the lowest housing costs in the entire country. It does not tax Social Security. It does not tax pension income. It does not tax retirement account distributions. Property taxes are among the lowest in the nation, and winters are mild. For someone on a fixed income, that combination is hard to beat on paper. Here is the monthly math. Housing, roughly $800. Utilities, around $230. Food, approximately $400. Healthcare costs, about $350. Transportation, around $300. And a small buffer of $200. That puts you between $2,600 and $2,800 a month, which means breathing room at this budget. The reality check. Healthcare quality depends heavily on which city you choose, not the state average. Access to specialists varies. Do your homework on the specific metro area, best for budget-focused retirees who want real financial breathing room. State number 3, Arkansas. Arkansas may be the most balanced $3,000 a month state on this entire list. Social Security is not taxed. Up to $6,000 per year from retirement accounts and pensions is exempt. Housing is affordable without requiring extreme trade-offs. The natural landscape is genuinely beautiful. Congestion is low, and healthcare access is steadily improving, especially in the Northwest Arkansas corridor. Monthly math, housing, roughly $950, utilities, around $250, food, approximately $450, healthcare, about $350, transportation, around $300, buffer, $250. That lands you right at $2,900 to $3,000. The reality check. Less major airport access than many retirees prefer. And rural planning matters more here than in some other states. You need to be intentional about where you settle. Best for retirees who want affordability and genuine quality of life. State number 2, Iowa. Iowa does not get attention, but retirees who move here tend to stay. And when you look at the numbers, you understand why. Housing costs are low. The state moved to a flat 3.8% income tax rate. And here is the big one. If you are 55 or older, Iowa now exempts your retirement income from state tax entirely. Social Security, pensions, retirement account distributions, all of it. That is one of the most retiree-friendly tax structures in the country. On top of that, Iowa consistently ranks high for healthcare systems, community safety, and predictable expenses. Monthly math. Housing, roughly $1,000. Utilities, around $260. Food, approximately $450. Healthcare, about $350. Transportation, around $300. Buffer, $250. That puts you right at $3,000. The reality check. Cold winters, fewer climate options. If weather matters to you, this requires honest self-assessment. Best for retirees who value stability, safety, and strong community over excitement. State number 1, New Mexico. The best overall state to retire on $3,000 a month is New Mexico. Now, before you push back, hear the full picture. New Mexico technically taxes Social Security, but if your income is under $100,000 as a single filer or under $150,000 filing jointly, your Social Security is completely exempt. At $36,000 a year, you are well below that threshold. Property taxes are among the lowest in the country. The effective rate is around 0.63%. The climate is dry with mild winters and over 250 days of sunshine per year. Healthcare infrastructure in Albuquerque and Santa Fe is strong, and housing is still affordable if you avoid the luxury pockets. Monthly math. Housing, roughly $1,000. Utilities, around $230. Food, approximately $450. Healthcare, about $350. Transportation, around $300. Buffer, $250. That puts you between $2,900 and $3,000. The reality check. Neighborhood selection is critical. Not every area of Albuquerque or Santa Fe offers the same value. Do your research at the zip code level. But here is why New Mexico wins. You get climate, you get culture, you get affordability, and you get it without the crowd pressure that drives up costs in states like Arizona, Florida, or the Carolinas. That combination at $3,000 a month is genuinely rare, and that is why New Mexico earns the top spot. The pattern. Now here is the pattern most people miss when they plan retirement on a fixed budget. None of these 5 states are flashy, none of them are trending on social media, and none of them rely on hoping your expenses work out. In every case, the math works before you factor in lifestyle upgrades. That is the difference between retirement anxiety and retirement stability. These states are not exciting choices, they are smart choices. And smart choices compound over 20 or 30 years of retirement the same way smart investments do. Hard truth. Let us be honest for a moment. Retiring on $3,000 a month means smaller homes, fewer luxuries, and smarter location choices than most retirement content will suggest. But in exchange, you get less stress, more control over your finances, and real peace of mind. That trade-off is worth it for a lot of people. And there is no shame in building a retirement that is stable instead of spectacular. The goal was never perfection. The goal was sustainability. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, could you realistically retire on $3,000 a month? Which state on this list surprised you the most? And what monthly number actually feels realistic for your situation? Parts 1 through 5 are linked on screen right now. Watch them to see the full picture of retirement planning across the country. And if you have not already, hit subscribe. Because retirement is not about chasing perfection, it is about building something that actually works. I will see you in the next series.